Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday! I'm gonna roll that beautiful bean footage. We all gonna die! It's a We All Gonna Die Wednesday!
Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. This is it. You made it. Congratulations.
84 times!
Yeah, we've been hearing it. We've been hearing it from all the big YouTubers. They've been telling us today's the day. 84 weeks running, and man, I think I'm still here. I'm really not sure. Jay Creature, we get it. We get it. How we listening, how we sounding, how we looking, how's it going? What's up, everybody? Coffee First, Then Speak, Ghost Lincoln, East Tennessee Preparedness, Southern Tier Prepper, Johnny Preps. What happened?
Well, I'll tell you, we're not using the right microphone.
Oh.
Things might get a little silly for a second here, folks. Deal with it.
Wowza.
All right, we're back. Now you can hear us much better, can't you?
Yeah, I hope so. Jay Creature, what's good? Johnny Preps, the Virginia Bushcrafter, Wolf Fang, Loving Life, Smoking Swamp Outdoors, Wolf Fang, Stray Kitten, good to see you. Little Lone Prepper, Dawn E, thank you for being here. Scott Trudell, good to see you. Ronnie Braun. Does sound like you're in a small room, but I can hear you fine. Hopefully, that's better. Loving Life says perfect. He got it. Abby, good to see you. Eric M1RV, what's good, my brother? Thank you so much for stopping by tonight.
What happened
Discordia,
there?
slight delay, no biggie. It gets some...
We have an alternate camera angle.
Yeah. Peep it.
How about
that? That's fire. Livingston.
It thought that camera should be the microphone for some reason. It's way over there.
Wolfang says, I got your patches. Thank you, Hudson Valley. You got it, brother. You got it. You deserve them. You've been a long-time supporter of the channel, and I wanted to send you a little care package, a little love from upstate New Yorkistan. Daryl Calhoun, good to see you, brother. I hope everybody's doing good. I just got some news. My brother actually just sent me an article about these Tajikistan folks who snuck across the U.S. border, Livingston.
How could they?
And they did that a year ago and 2 years ago. And they snuck across the border, and apparently they were planning some terrorist attacks in New York and Philadelphia and Los Angeles, and the FBI has foiled this plot. So hats off to the FBI. Thanks for keeping us safe.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, maybe talk to the people at the White House and be like, "Yo, could we close the border, dude? You know, maybe it would help a little bit."
Just keep talking. Just keep it talking.
Oh, so Livingston Man's doing all kinds of stuff. He's Lord.
Somewhere I got it. Here it is.
All
right, I'm gonna try.
Livingston Man, the Ohio denier. Yeah, Livingston Man's goal is now to change the name every week and just try and mix it up, right?
Of Ohio, yeah. It's been named that for too long, right? Let's get over it.
Yeah, Johnny Preps. Some people say it could never happen.
Well, it can happen.
Listen, man. I think we have to, as citizens, right? As citizens here, we need to be like super vigilant. You know, that's the preparedness that you carry with you every single day is vigilance. You know, keep your eyes and ears and your wits about you. You know, if you see something weird, you should probably say something to somebody. Be like, hey man, I saw some weird shit. Do you think it's worth maybe a phone call to like the authorities or something? And that's how we stay safe, guys. You know, that's how we make sure that the shit at the fan doesn't really happen as best we can. You know, we're just average, everyday people living life. And, you know, if you see something stupid, say something about stupid, you know, for real, for real. Dawn E got my patches, put them in my bug out trailer. Dawn E, you are so welcome, my friend. Thank you. You see something, tell Hunter 25 to put his clothes on. Hey man, he's when I left, he was in the pool. He was doing the pool thing. You got to clean the pool. You know, you got to keep your drinking water clean. Well,
as soon as you said 125 in the pool, I immediately thought of that guy leaping into the ocean with the harpoon.
The trident, yeah,
slay the beast.
Poseidon.
Hey,
Ghost Lincoln, good to see you. I don't know if I said hello to you. Yeah, man, it's there seems to be peril and danger around every single corner, Livingston, man. No matter where you look, there's potential for shit to go bad, right?
If you look at it like that, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay, so let's say we've got.
No, that's pretty telling. Let's go down that. Keep going.
Let's say,
right?
just for instance, that Russia decides to bring its destroyers and submarines off the coast of Florida and down into the Gulf of Mexico and stuff. That's cool though. Well, yeah, but tensions are high right now. Why would you want to do something like that when tensions are so high? Is this just a show of force?
No, I think it's just a routine. I don't know when's the last time Russian ships visited Cuba. I don't know.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right.
But I think that if the United States military was docking up in somebody's port, nobody would give a shit. But this is they're like, look, Russia's doing the thing, bro. Look at this. But we're probably doing the same thing. The world in general probably understands that this is rather routine. It's why they got plans for it. It's why ships showed up and were like, hey, we see you, bud. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, no, they follow them all the way.
We routinely intercept their bombers, and they do the same thing to us. They both fly around and cost each other money, and be a pain in the ass. And it's just another exercise, in my opinion. Does this have potential to are we talking some Red October fucking thing here?
It's fucking Wednesday, man.
Yeah,
it's Wednesday. I'm just saying.
All right, we're gonna go with
Just saying. It's Wednesday. Let's see what this one actually made the fucking news. This is Article 1 this evening.
Boom!
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, Livingston, man.
In other news,
whatever. Just take it over, bro.
What you guys can do is you can go on over to Amazon there, that big bold thing that they do.
Yeah.
And you can check out
curated, hand-picked items.
This is
new.
This is the stuff that we would buy. This is stuff that we.
This is the stuff that I have. This is the stuff that's in my. Those are my photos up there with my stuff set up in it. And if you like the stuff that we have in our videos that we show off on the Facebook channel, Facebook group, not channel.
If you're don't search for Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. I don't think that works. But instead, you're looking for this Mike Kalb fellow.
Yeah, that's me.
Go there, do a show there. Pick up some things.
I think the link for this might be in the description section of the video.
It is.
Did you drop that in there? So, yeah, it's down there somewhere.
It is, and while Mike talks about the Russian warships, actually, I will drop the link directly in the chat while you go ahead and tell your story about the Russian warships.
So, yeah, a whole group of Russian warships sailed close to the Florida shores. Closely watched by U.S. destroyers, and believe it or not, I believe there was a French vessel that followed them across the ocean and everything. Crazy shit, right? They lost the submarine. There was a submarine that was following them. And, once those things go under, they'll tell you they don't know if it even exists, So some of the photos in here are pretty interesting, Livingston.
3 times your savior. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Livingston, man.
No.
Did you get to read into this article?
A little bit. I had seen it popping up a couple times. And they was there. A private Russian news station. The submarine is equipped with Zircon hypersonic missiles.
Yeah.
Zircons travel so fast that no one can.
They're 9 times the speed of sound.
They could hit the United States in seconds from Havana.
Yeah.
It's unclear if that vessel is, though, indeed armed with such weapons, only that it is capable of carrying such weapons. Now, this comes in the wake of Putin warning about taking asymmetrical steps and the possibility of sending long-range weapons to third world countries to attack Western targets after President Joe Biden allowed Ukraine to use U.S. weapons to strike inside Russia. Now, what this, if anything else, is, it's tit for tat.
Okay.
In Putin's view,
Okay.
we are arming Ukraine. We are giving them sophisticated weapons and being like, and you know what? We'll let you.
Go ahead and lob them. Right?
So, in Russia's view, they're either pointing out a double standard which exists. Is that, well, all right, so fine. We'll just give a bunch of missiles to Cuba and we'll give them permission to shoot them at you if they want, and then we act outraged, but it's the exact same thing we're doing to him in his point of view. This is brinkmanship, they call this.
So the concern in me is that with satellite technologies and everybody being able to see everybody on the battlefield in real time for the most part, especially like ships at sea, planes in the sky with the radar, they can track everything and anything. Everything has to be done under the guise of something else. Deception is key, Livingston, man. So everything. Major military wise moving forward in my eyes will be an exercise until proven otherwise, just like Russia running up on Ukraine's border, and then it seemed like they backed off, but they just ran up on the border and spread out and then all came in at once. That's what happened. So if history is the lesson, training exercises is when things have a great potential to go wrong, right?
I think you may be right. Again, like if it is, it's probably a bit of a maneuver, a test. Like they're sending them out. Like okay,
how do you respond?
They've set up a naval task force, and they're going to do again, like kind of what the United States does. They're going to do an expedition, maybe do a circumnavigation, and come back to port, like. And Western media is making a big deal about, look, they got warships right there. I'd be like, well, okay, we got warships right there too, and up their ass as well. I mean,
yeah, man, yeah. Jay Creature, we're actually gonna get to that a little bit later as well, because I think it all ties together. You know what I mean? The ever encroachment from the government on the civilian life. And, they should be out doing things like patrolling the coastal waters around the United States, perhaps a little bit more. Who knows? Susan Munster, I don't even know if he's playing checkers, man. I think, I don't know if he's with it. I saw that, old Sleepy Joe had a little pause incident today, a little bit of Mitch McConnell incident where he just kind of checked out for a little while there in the middle of his speech. So
I want you guys to think about how these global relations like this play out. It's us who is expected to be angry and hate the adversary,
right?
But the leaders and policymakers don't. To them, this is chess and or checkers. And a little bit both, but they'll still sit down at dinner with these folks. They'll still be like, no, it's about it's a club.
Oh, absolutely.
The level of dislike and judgment and hatred that us as citizens feel is not felt by the people actually conducting this orchestra, right?
Yeah.
I wish you wouldn't put all that shit in one sentence, Jay Creature, but okay.
Stray Kitten, I don't think it's just the Biden administration. I think it's government as a whole. We've talked before about it. It's become the circus now because people started paying attention, so they had to make it a big circus and then just do their deals in the back rooms. right? Everything's they rule through executive order. You know, Congress doesn't really pass much anymore, right? So
When they
lucky day preparedness. Good to see you.
I have often drawn parallels between like authoritarian governments and the way the United States government works. I have still not been convinced that the United States government just operates the same as an authoritarian government, but calls it something different and presents it differently.
Yeah, democracy.
When you hear the words and the votes went along party lines, what that means is rubber stamp Congress. Like,
yeah.
They're unthinking drones who, what's everybody else gonna do? All right, I'll do that too. You know, so you might call it patriotism, or you might just call it like pure like lackeyism. You're just like, we must stand behind President blah because you know he is the only answer to all the country's problems.
Hunger Games, bro? I mean, this sounds really like it's from the Hunger Games.
I've never even seen the Hunger Games. So
really?
That sounds stupid to me. I don't know. Sorry. I mean, maybe it was cool. I mean, a lot of people thought it was cool. One of the things wasn't. I
don't think Hunger Games are cool. I think the way that society is there is much like what would happen here post Civil War or real.
Like the rich people were auctioning off like the peasants to go like fight like gladiator type.
Yeah, but just for their entertainment on TV. It's not. I don't think it's too far fetched, man. I don't think it's too far.
Well, I mean, we already do. I mean, nobody's watching NASCAR for the not crashes.
Ed Bennett says you are in District 5. Well, there you go.
I've been watching this this John Fetterman guy. Yeah. He's an interesting character in Congress. I am not one for celebrity politicians.
No.
But I like his style. Like he's kind of like
he doesn't really always go along to get along. I do like that he bucks them a bit. And it does seem like, you know, from the time he got elected to now, he has recovered from his stroke quite a bit. I'm not going to say the guy's, you know, with it, and I'm not really rooting for him. But Jay Creature, yeah, he does. He's definitely got the big, tall Uncle Fester vibes. But it does seem like he's recovered quite a bit from his stroke, for sure. So, I mean, you know, props to him for that.
Susan Musser says her conspiracy theory, I assume you're a woman, I maybe shouldn't have. Your conspiracy theory is that all the Congress is lobotomized and they walk in the door. And like, I was on this. I think as soon as they get there, like something happens. There's some skull and bones secret society, like
you gotta get
Bilderberg group. What's that place they go?
Blood in, blood out. You know,
something occurs.
They're gonna lump you up,
and like they walk out of there with this dead look on their face, talking about like the most.
I wonder if that's how Zuckerberg got that look on his face. Like they
pump it into the air.
Yeah, that's you know. If you guys ever see me looking like that, just drag me out in the woods and just put me out.
The Freemasons. Nobody even knows what that is, and for good reason. I mean, it's a secret society. Okay.
I know. I think it's more of a brotherhood thing. Nowadays, the Freemasons.
Civic-minded gentlemen is what they are. Not secret society. They just. I don't do research.
Southern Tier Prepper wants to know if you did your research on that.
I don't do research. I talk out my ass. And most times, and boy, can I talk.
It's true. It's true. Bohemian Grove, that's the one, Ed Bennett. Yep, Bohemian Grove. They're eating peanut butter and baby sandwiches. Mm-hmm. Yep.
They do some weird stuff out there, but I think what Bohemian Grove is just like I've high society people like are lame as shit. Like Bohemian Grove is like high society lame ass people that don't know how to party, like trying to do Burning Man and just really, really doing it wrong. Like if I went there, I'd be like, this is freaking.
This is catered. We're supposed to starve and drink alcohol.
You call this food? You got any face cream made out of foreskin?
Oh, good golly! What?
No ban us for saying it, not
down.
him.
Keep it down. Winter Homestead, good to see you, sister. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think so too, Eric. One RV. I think I think the Freemasonry Brotherhood went on for a very long time, and it's something that they could use against people to paint those folks in a bad light. Love and life, I agree with that. Absolutely. All politicians are not serving us, they are shutting us down. Jules, drive safe.
The Freemasons history would, at least I've done some research here, because it's like all the founding fathers were Freemasons, and or Skull and Bones and all this weird Harvard Yale nonsense. But Freemasons actually started out where their ancient markings and even their symbols, the compass, it was the tools of the trade. It was,
builders' tools.
Right, and so people saw the strange markings and shit that they would put on the work, and to communicate what was supposed to happen with the piece of stone to the person that cut it versus the person that measured it, anything else. But then they would start to be able to communicate almost like a prison language through this, and it became like only these master builders knew like these are like little symbols meant this and that and the other thing.
Yeah.
To a layman or a person just looking at it, it looked like measurements and markings, but there was secret messages encoded in these things.
It tells you who the mason was that built it and how many helpers he had there.
And it was a way of them keeping their guild, like their trade, like to themselves. Like it wasn't just, you had to go and be a journeyman, an apprentice, a master. You had to work your way through this system. But then it turned into like whatever all these founding fathers were doing. But it's no coincidence that all of them were Freemasons, that Washington, D.C. just happens to be laid out in the form of a pentagram star with references to the great architect the tools of all this all over the place. I mean, they were clearly like talking about like that.
Aliens? Yeah.
Aliens. I have seen pictures of guys building the pyramids, okay?
Right on the internet.
Right here on the internet. You think I'm supposed to put aliens there? Humans can't stack one stone atop another. Oh, they all face the same way. Wow, like that's hard. Hey, let's just look at that. See that hill over there? Point all the rocks at that hill, and there you go.
Stray Kitten's talking about, what about Freemason jars? I'm saying, can we get some Freemason jars? Hit the applause button, Livingston man. Yeah, I've lost
Sorry, I'm not used to the applause button.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it even works.
I don't know if it works.
Sometimes. Let's try it again. I don't think it did. We need to figure this out.
Oh, he's going. Oh, wish us luck.
I want to play it once. Play it forever. When you
play it forever. It's just going to be applause through the rest of the stream. Yeah.
Maybe this will do it.
Yeah.
Nope, not yet.
No.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Oh, he's going to fix it till it's broke. It was nice seeing you guys tonight.
This is how we learn.
Yeah. Well, this is how we. We've been known to crash this mofo every once in a while when we start fidgeting around with things.
You know what? I don't care anymore. I'm over it.
He's done. He's done.
Thing is, nobody's giving away mason jars, but what I propose, I don't think they make them anymore. Do they even make like glass little like baby food jars?
The mason jars come in all different shapes and sizes.
The little ones might be the way to go. Like if you're going to go more serving size, if you're like feeding a family.
Yeah, then you're going to want the big quarts and pints and things like that. The half gallons, the gallons. You can get them. You can get them pretty huge.
Some things, maybe you're making like a concentrate or like a
jam or a jelly. Those are those small ones.
Pesto, right? Like a thick, like maybe you want to have some of them small ones, or if you're meal prepping even without having to do a survival mode thing.
Yeah.
You can meal prep using something like that, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Size does not matter. Only width.
Susan says they make 4-ounce jars. That's perfect. That's perfect.
You know what I used to do is a Boy Scout project is we'd get all these baby food jars, and I had this jig that shaped them like it was a triangle with a rectangle off the bottom.
Right.
It was a Christmas tree.
Okay.
You hot glue it all together in the jig and let it dry. And then what you do is you punch holes in the lids and run Christmas lights, poke a bulb into each lid, and then plug it in, and you have this like glass Christmas tree.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Right on. Is there going to be shine in them jars? Well, it probably should be in some. I mean, it's
Yo,
it can be used for so much more than just consumption.
a 4-ounce jar of like some good like
Yankee
moonshine.
Watchdog, what's good, brother?
Ah,
I tell you what, the old mutt calls it the mood enhancer. Mood enhancer.
what's that, weed?
No. Any kind of alcoholic beverage. A
Right.
mood enhancer.
You got to have that. Listen, when I'm like, especially imagine an SHTF situation and you're in like a refugee camp situation, not some big, huge, sprawling fucking concentration camp, but like you're just around.
But like a camp.
Yeah, like 12 people around, you know what I mean? You're like, yo, and them motherfuckers be snoring, man. I don't know how y'all sleep at night, but I don't.
Oh.
If a butterfly farts in Peru, I'm gonna wake up. The fuck was that?
Liquid courage.
These guys be out here. They sleeping head downhill on top of roots and rocks.
It's true. It's true. I've heard a couple folks in the woods at the events.
The intrusive thoughts are gonna win one day, and somebody's gonna get smothered.
So listen, guys.
How did he die? He got wrapped up in his hammock.
Let's take a lesson from this, right? It's important. It's very important to know the people in your group, right? Including if they snore, if they have sleep apnea, if they have perhaps a drug addiction that's going to become a huge problem post SHTF. Maybe they need alcohol. Maybe they need their prescription. Maybe they need their diabetic medication. There's a lot of factors out there. You need to know the people in your group and their vices and limitations. That's a huge thing. And none of those things are a deal breaker, but you need to know what you're up against, and honesty is the best policy when it comes to that, because honestly, man, your life could be in danger if you don't get some of these things. So it's important to inform everybody that, it's something, and we might have to talk about it,
Honesty is exactly the first policy. I used to I was always the type to I knew all kinds of people, and a lot of folks in the small ass town that I live in had struggled with the substance abuse. Yep. I was never one to judge. Like I had dudes roll up to my fucking door and be like, "Yo, fucking, we passed the cops. They're gonna buy." And it's like I open my garage and be like, "Just pull the car in here, shut the fuck up, don't sit down." They're like, "Yo, just hang out for a minute, whatever." And they'd be like, but I would expect people to be like, "Listen, we have drugs on us, or we're on drugs right now." If you just say that to me, I don't care. If you try, because I already know, because I've been around the shit and I know how it works. I already know if you are good enough of a person to be honest with me, who again already knows.
Yep.
I'm cool, man. It was never. I would never fuck with. Can I get high here? Can I fuck? I would never enable people, but I would help them. I ain't trying to see people get arrested. Yeah. You go get caught. That's one thing. But if I can help you not get caught, man, I might, and have. Not anymore though. Don't come to my house with fucking your bullshit. I promise you, I'll shoot at you.
Stray Kitten says people can be trained to not snore. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's fund that fucking research, because I hate people who snore, because you know what? I take it seriously. I take it personally.
Could you put me in the chat for a second? Just
okay.
Put it so I could chat something.
What I want is why are they typing one?
There was a question in there, and it was Anne-Marie wanted to know if you've ever had moonshine. Hit the 1, so you can see the ones coming in now. I will participate in your poll. Absolutely. Been there, done that. The White Lightning. Woo, man, that's some shit, Livingston, man.
I really shy away.
Start fires, run equipment. I mean, this shit's no joke. Miko Wolf put a great comment up. Let me see if I could find it real quick, Livingston, man. Sorry.
What you people who snore need to do is stop being so fucking proud of yourself, because those of us that can't sleep like that we're about done. Okay, our patience is wearing thin.
There it is, Miko Wolf.
Because y'all out here with this attitude, hey, you're like, look at me sleeping, everybody. Everybody else is like, we're going to drown this son of a bitch in the lake tomorrow morning when he's not looking, I promise. All right. No, y'all won't.
I tell you what, man. So it's important to...
Mrs. Livingston would be like, you snore too. I'd be like, no, I don't, and believe it. So it's true.
If PNW Prepper, good evening. Thank you for being here this evening.
You on Mount St. Helens, dude?
If you have somebody in your group who snores, you need to make provisions for it. You need to do something to compensate for it. Johnny Preps, I'm with you too, man. I'm with you too. I could totally sleep through a hurricane.
The other problem with snoring ass motherfuckers ruining offset completely. Everybody
that's the problem. Is somebody
we got Dakota fire hose and fucking infrared, and here goes homeboy
cutting wood.
Fucking enemies like there it is.
So herein lies the problem, man. If you are in a without rule of law society,
I'm listening. I'm coming up on you motherfuckers snoring. You're getting it first.
You don't, especially if you're using light and sound discipline. Something like that is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem, and you need to address it ahead of time. That's why you don't take them out or stay overnight patrols. That's right. But I mean, even your base camp could be
nope, I'm not doing
compromised by somebody with snoring issues, somebody who has allergies and has sneezing fits and has a loud sneeze. Things like that can be a problem, man. So all things to prepare for in your given situation.
These people don't have a medical condition. They choose to live like this. They just flex on everybody. They're just like, look at me sleeping. Oh, you're like, well, look at you. Look, you got bags under your eyes, man. What happened? You didn't sleep too good last night? You're looking at him like, I will eat you. I'm going to put you on a bagel with fucking an egg and some ketchup, dude. People grind their teeth. I just like,
oh, yeah. Melody Allard, absolutely.
That doesn't carry like 400 miles across the wilderness. Like that's more like the person next to you is doing. You're like, oh my God.
Wow.
Now we're nitpicking. Now what next? I don't like when people eat potato chips loud. They're crunchy, all right? Fuck you. Get over it. Everybody's looking at you like, what are you doing? I'm eating potato chips. Go fuck yourself.
The best moonshine that I had was from my mother's Spark, believe it or not. They brought up this, I think it was Little Smokies. It was like, I think it was cappuccino flavored moonshine.
That's very moonshine.
It was freaking delicious, man. Absolutely delicious. No, it was slamming.
One of those cappuccino
dangerously good. Dangerously good.
Yo, okay, so while we're on, there it is, right there. Winning streak. His dad purposely ruined every family vacation. Okay, what is with? While we're on the subject,
dill pickle moonshine. Oh, good lord!
People who don't know how to keep their got to be extra. Why do dads all of a sudden, as soon as you have children, be sneezing like? Ah! You're like, what the fuck?
I've always sneezed like that. The kids didn't do it. I always sneeze.
I don't know why people need to make it all about them like that. Like you're just minding your own business. So it's like, you're like, wow.
Try it with a blue cheese stuffed bison burger. Now you're speaking my language, Vanessa Kitty. I'm hungry. Might have to end this live stream early.
They got bison burgers over at the Can't Afford.
Yeah. The Can't Afford.
That's what I call it.
I hate it when that happens. Well, I totally can.
I'm gonna go get
coffee.
some.
Have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. Stay safe because it is still a We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
We've successfully made angry the people who snore and the people who sneeze mad loud. I'm just saying, get a hold of yourself. You feel the sneeze coming. You can calm down about it. You can, at least attempt to.
East Tennessee preparedness. I believe you. That Little Smoky stuff. It's not the moonshine that I was used to. The white lightning. That's something totally different.
Eric, I've had the apple pie moonshine. Legend had it that the person that I got it from bought it from the county sheriff in Kentucky or someplace like that.
Fantastic.
It was really good. It smelled just like apple pie. It didn't taste like apple pie.
Tastes like cinnamon fire.
That's the kicker. It had a whole ass cinnamon stick in it.
Yeah. Mama Sita 904 says I love the apple pie.
All right, real alcoholic hours. Who up?
That's
Fucking
it.
do this.
That's it.
If you drink craft beer, tune out, bro. Like,
I did like visiting. We used to have a local brewery. We still do. It's just a different name now. But we had one that actually blew up kind of big, and then they got so big they had to move their business out of a small town.
was that what you call
Sloop Brewing Company. You can find those in a lot of grocery stores now. Sloop Brews. They've got like a juice bomb and things like that. But that's like from my town, man. But they got so big and so popular that they blew up the craft beer scene, and it was awesome to have them right down the road. I got growlers. You go down there and get them filled. Fantastic beers, made with apples and stuff right from the orchards here.
I hate craft beer. Like, how much hops can we put in it? Like, too much.
Well, another beauty of the Hudson Valley is the wineries and the vineyards, the distilleries,
gentrification. You mean?
Well, there's a lot of local little spots that not a lot of people know about that produce this stuff locally already. So do it yourself is one thing. To have something within walking distance is even better. Trev Terra says Chatham Brewery is my local brewery. Right on. I heard they make some. Do it, Winning Streak. Do it. Vision
What's up with that thing?
Drive safe.
No. How does it hang?
Wait up, hold up. There it was.
Mr. Lover.
Grandpa Livingston.
Do you know about the texture or something? Grandpa Livingston. Don't get me started on Robert III, First Lord of the Manor. I remember him like it was yesterday. Great
Grandpappy.
Great pappy. We called him Robert III.
Southern Tier Prepper has the Finger Lakes wineries. That's another great area.
Which Robert are you referring to?
Johnny Prep says the Helderberg Mead Works. Yeah, good shit. I've had some of our good buddy Crispy's homemade mead. It was fantastic, man.
It was fucking
delicious.
Hooch. That shit was good.
Yeah, it was. It was real good.
Like, give me some more of that.
Passing a jug of hooch,
yeah,
man.
That stuff was good. You know what's another good place to go if you're into the whiskey or the distilled stuff is Golden Harvest Farms, which
bro.
The
distillery up there is fantastic.
Yeah, not only do they make an Applejack, which is a distinctly American thing. It's basically like apple vodka whiskey, kind of. I don't know what to really.
Oh, it's so good.
And they got a John Henry whiskey, straight like single malt. It's named after a guy who works there, which is super cool.
Awesome.
Good stuff, and they got a tasting room.
Robert, what's happening, brother?
They got a tasting room. You can just go there.
Yeah. You can get the little bottles. You can get the big bottles. Depends upon your budget. But they got a little bit of stuff for everything. Susie Q, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in this evening.
Something Mike and I learned when we went to a small place in a small town.
Ladysmith.
When you go there, when you go to Golden Harvest and you go into the distillery, you're going to notice that the price ain't on anything.
Yeah.
We learned that when we went to the little market in the Palatine town there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Mike was like, how come there ain't no price on it? I was like, because the people that buy that don't care.
It's true. When you got these little mom and pop shops and, what was it? I was like, man, I was thinking about buying a loaf of bread, but I don't know if I have enough money to buy a loaf of bread. He's like, then don't.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, all right, I'm good. I'm just going to back away from the loaf of bread.
It was probably mad good. It was probably good ass bread. It was probably $27.
Yeah. Winning streak. I'm all about support local. But some of the prices that they put on some of this stuff, man, I gotta tell you, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I will go home and make a fucking loaf of bread before I even think about paying $27 for a fucking loaf of bread.
We went to the local tiny little, center of town market, and we quickly realized that we had more in common with the two black dudes cooking the eggs than we did anybody shopping or owning the place.
Yeah.
I was like,
for
damn,
sure.
Like we some of the poorest motherfuckers in here right
now. For sure.
They're like, we don't like your kind here. Could you please step outside?
Yeah.
We'll bring your order to the curb.
I don't like stepping into those places. It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. I feel like I make everybody else in there uncomfortable.
Right.
Like they totally think I'm about to rob this place, and I really just want like a fucking breakfast sandwich and a coffee, you know?
You know, maybe with that attitude, that's why you get a good one when you go there. You just kind of like mean mug them, like.
Oh, Johnny Preps, that's a fucking great idea, man. That's a great idea. Locals should get a card so local markets give us the non-tourist price. That's awesome. Maybe we should all get like a wristband or something, you know?
Tucked by V, I'm saying, like, I've said before.
Working on it, Prepper Book Club.
I've said it before, is that like, shop local. Okay, I'm trying, man.
It's just a little out of reach. You know, just a
But
little out of reach.
Y'all making me think that all the, the 300 people that work at my local Walmart might actually just be local at this point, because like shop local is apparently for, get this. All right. Okay. Here it is. All right. The only people that can afford to shop local are the people that don't live here.
Yeah. There it is. There it is.
Gentrification
it's
means
my
that
all gone die shirt. Yeah.
gentrification means your town will become a resort and you will be the staff, or you will not be able to afford to go there.
So you want to know something I was thinking about today at work? I was initially doing some mindless work to start the day, and I was pondering about my neighborhood and if things really collapsed, you know, with the ships off the coast and everything. I try to war game things as they come about, and I'm like, wow, man, you know, hypersonic missiles in Cuba. You went from having 5 minutes after they launch from over there to now it's like, 32 seconds till total destruction. There is no warning. There is no nothing. If something happened, I would much rather it be in the fall, the winter, or early in spring, just the beginning of summer, because I live in summer camp land, right? Everything around me is summer camps for all the kids from the city. The rich kids from the city come up. They send the kid away to sleepaway camp. He's going to camp for the next 3 weeks, honey. You ain't got to worry about him,
Dangerously
That's
right there.
So, yeah, because they all come up from Long Island, and they all go to summer camp.
I know who you're talking about.
My biggest fear is a true SHTF event in the middle of all of these people's kids being upstate, and then all of these people trying to turn into I have to go get the kids from upstate, and it's I don't need all of those people coming to my neighborhood to rescue their children.
Good. So what we'll do is just hold their children hostage and make them pay.
No, I'm just going to funnel them out in a line pointed south. Just see that road says Taconic State Parkway. Fucking walk that way, kid. Just keep fucking going until you see the goddamn Bear Mountain Bridge. Just keep going.
This is now a for-profit organization. I'm gonna make the Clinton Foundation look like a fucking joke.
So I had often thought about if you could purchase an armored vehicle, right, and perhaps find some high dollar New York City folks and offer transportation services out of Dodge.
Coyote!
Transportation services out of Dodge for a fee, which you would have to pay 70% of now and the final 30% upon extraction in gold or silver, right? The final payment is in gold or silver, because at that point, if I'm coming to get you, cash probably ain't worth shit anymore, so we're doing it for gold and silver.
You're talking about like Uber Platinum.
Yeah. This is not Uber
up in a tank.
Not Uber Platinum, but
where do you want to go?
Uber Armored. Hashtag, that's mine. I got it. It's done. Sorry.
Said it first. Poor man's copyright.
Yeah, that's it. It's done. Tell them that walk that way for Wi-Fi. You got it, Suzy Q. That's the way to go. You would be helping them, Mike. Yeah, probably. But
helicopters are so vulnerable to
Yeah, Texas surplus, bro. I agree. The real high dollar folk have helicopters. I'm looking just below helicopter tier, right? So you got your helicopter echelon, right? That's up here. That's Dave Matthews and shit. He's got his helicopter. He's, Zuckerberg's going to fly away. Bezos is going to fly away. Bill Gates is going to fly away. We are still down here on the ground, and
They gotta land
we need
somewhere.
to be able, the folks who can't afford the helicopter ride, we need to have a place for them too, and that may be Uber armored. Yeah, could be.
Listen, catch me on catch me on a lit up day where I'm not having a good time. I'll be like, listen, I'll drive you right into the center of the fucking shit for $50, dude. I don't give a fuck right now. Give me a gun.
I'm telling you, man. You could do it. You could totally do it.
I couldn't do it. I don't have any armored vehicles, and probably couldn't afford to buy them.
Texas Surplus Pro. I agree. I think it would be doable. You totally need a convoy, and you need enough people on board to make this worthwhile for folks to head first into a city during shit hit the fan to take you out of there. So on top of that, what you need is some high tier military level operators, not the guy who talks about it, but the guys who actually did it. Those are the guys who are in the vehicle with you, and I'm just a driver. I just own it. I just drive it. They are the guys who come in and get you and put you in the vehicle, and I just drive. You need to have Navy SEALs for marketing reasons. Yeah.
I've half joked around about the best camouflage in the world is some tan pants and an orange shirt and a ladder.
Yeah, it's true.
What if you instead you have a cherry pick and looks like a power company truck? No one will suspect you driving into the shit. It's like what these guys do, right? There you go. A convoy, yeah.
Scott Trudell, I do believe that. I do believe that you would have to take off-road means to get there, and you would have to pre-establish a meeting point and a set time that you're there to extract these people.
This ain't gonna work. What are you? Totally. Why are you doing this?
For money?
How are they gonna pay you?
Well, they pay 70% beforehand.
How?
Well, Venmo me, bro.
Because SHTF.
No. See, that's why you have to this armored Uber.
Retainer?
Oh yeah, that's the 70%. The rest of it comes in gold and silver at pickup.
Well, do I have a deal for you guys? Anybody that wants to guarantee I'm gonna come and pick you up when shit hits the fan. I want you to send 70% payment to my Venmo right now, and I promise you I will be there when SHTF. But in the meantime, I'm gonna need just 70%. Hit that money button.
It's an extraction fee.
I promise I'll be there.
But it's a serious event, and I believe that people believe that things are going to go bad at some point. Something's going to happen. Maybe honestly, maybe it's something stupid like a fucking earthquake here in New York that topples half of NYC, and people need to get out of there. Who knows? Maybe it's the Cat 5 hurricane that takes New York City head on.
What happens if somebody hit us up right now? Somebody smashed that money button and was like, "All right," because first of all, for me to drive to the city, pick you up, and get you up,
here's the gig. You're talking
10 G's. All right, I want somebody.
Grateful Preps, I got you, sister. Yes, absolutely, from New Jersey, not a problem.
Somebody hit that money button with $7,000 right now, and I guarantee I will pick you up when SHT hits the phone.
Winning Streak says, "I'll take your woman and your weapons." That's funny.
I don't trust a single one of them. I don't like any of it. Sounds.
Jay Creature, probably, yeah, but not if I can get the guys with me that you would need to go do something
then
like
Yonkers is getting sexually assaulted.
Yeah, when they're with me, it's the opposite. Godspeed.
You heard those accounts of ancient battlefields, they slayed all the male inhabitants and enslaved everybody. That's the shit. We're going Caesar's Legion.
Oh man.
10 minutes
Rob,
left.
Thanks for stopping by tonight.
There's another thing been going down in the news. So besides the stupid Russian warship fucking playing stupid games.
Okay. Problem
being is what they want to do is
good Lord.
Take our drones away, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to take
this
our
is
drones away.
So they've got a couple different clauses in here, Livingston, man. I was reading this earlier, and it looks like what they're trying to do is an outright ban on anything new coming in. You can't buy anything new after a certain date, right? They're going to put the date out there, and after this date, you can't have anything new. And what they're saying is they may grandfather in some of the older drones, which is what a lot of people were worried about. We were worried that they are totally going to just shut these things down, right? Just totally shut them down, turn them into bricks, as you said, right? Brick them.
There's going to be a transitional period, like essentially.
We'll
so
see. We'll
their justification is that they claim, especially at least Stefanik,
yeah,
that
espionage.
They want to. They seek to restrict DJI, a leading Chinese drone manufacturer, by adding them to the Federal Communication Commission's covered list. This would prohibit DJI technologies from operating on U.S. communications infrastructure. The bill's supporters claim that DJI drones pose a national security threat, alleging they could be used for espionage by the Chinese government.
So, hear me out. The Chinese government has been allowed to buy farmland in the United States alongside of some of our most sensitive military locations, or right in the neighborhood of some of our most sensitive military locations. What's up with that, man? What's up with that? Yet you're worried that my drone is helping them spy on America? My drone footage from, the caterpillars and stuff isn't that cool. Sorry. There's no information I'm giving there that they don't already have. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
What they intend to do, if you're an owner of a DJI drone, unless you have like one of the pro controllers that directly connects to the drone itself without the use of like your cell phone or a tablet in between, what this will probably end up doing, if they go through with it, is going to disable the app from being able to connect to like whatever it needs to do to work. So essentially, again, bricking your drone or forcing you to upgrade to a more expensive version, if nothing else, that works without a go-between like your phone or a tablet. But this is another example of like
overreach.
Completely. This is what people are worried about. This is how like.
So I wonder. The U.S. government can get into anything. We got the fucking NSA, Livingston, man. We can get into anything. Well, maybe they can't get into TikTok. Maybe they can't get into your DJI drones and your DJI account. Maybe the communists are protecting your information better than the federal government does.
I only trust domestic
spying,
invasive surveillance techniques. Yeah. PRISM and all this stuff. They literally admitted to you that like your cell phone is the greatest spy tool invented in history.
Absolutely.
And they expect me to get on board that my drone and anyone else's for that matter is a risk of national security as they listen to you 24 hours a day.
I think the biggest problem is there's no equivalent, Livingston, man. There's nothing made outside of here that is on par with it. And not budget wise, not quality wise, not DJI has like paved the way with these things, They're the first one to bring these things to market that were affordable. So what they're saying in this is that you may have a window to buy these things, right? So if you are thinking about getting a DJI drone, if they're not going to brick them, which is still up in the air, right? That's still up in the air. That's undecided whether they're going to allow the ones that are already in existence to still operate off of FCC equipment, right? That's what they're. Oh, there you go. Oh, there it is. He's excited now. I can see it in his face.
The song, yeah. Already writing the song.
Jim Ketchum, he says, Edgar, how do you say that last name, Livingston?
Benoit.
No. Jim Ketchum says, Stray Kitten, Edgar
Casey.
There it is. Says China is eventually going to be the major force of Christianity in the world. Interesting.
Edgar Casey was a clairvoyant. Sometimes he is compared to Nostradamus. Something about people consider what he said
Really?
prophecy.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Edgar Casey, huh? I'll have to look into him.
Medium, supernatural guy, had hypnosis. Some people think he was Nostradamus, not a prophet. What do they call those guys? Tell you the future.
Like a fortune teller. Yeah, a prophet.
He's been compared to Nostradamus. You guys know what the hell I'm talking about. Toasters and squirrels will be the end of the world.
Rick Mavic time. Yes, but you also don't get the GPS and all the cool features that go along with it. You know, most folks who fly like the DJI drones, you want to connect to the satellites. You want it to return home when it's done and do all the things it's supposed to do. You can, in most cases, fly these things without all that guidance. But it can be a little bit tricky to do.
Especially if they somehow are able to lock you out of the GPS, the thing's just not going to even do what it does.
Yeah.
It can't.
Yeah. Winter Homestead says psychic. There you go. Like a psychic medium. Prognosticator, says Betty Lou.
Prognosticator.
Ghost Lincoln says toasters and squirrels will be the end of the world. Yeah, it could be. Ghost Lincoln said that's an Ohio thing. Uh-oh. He's plugging stuff in now.
It's Ohio. Yeah, this song that they wrote here is pretty banging.
Jay Creature says DJI has replaced 2 of my drones that flew off into the sunset. Always wondered where they crashed. Really, they just like kind of just veered off and kept going. Oh, sounds nice. Is that the guitar that can be any guitar?
Yeah. It doesn't have its battery in it though, so it's just a real guitar at this point.
Oh, okay. Mavic Pro. I am a Mini 3 Pro owner. I had a Mini 2 before that. Thing's awesome. It's awesome. I own all my shit and they can suck my left nut. Canadian. Bro. With you on that. Uh-oh.
We got the 2-minute warning. All right, I'm gonna go.
All right. Wow. Much tested. Good to see you, brother. Oh, he's lining up the chat here. Right there, Jim Ketchum's where it says Mike. Probably. Right there.
Oh, okay. All right. Can't wait till Livingston Mansion. LM. Yes, he was the United States, seemed to act like China's our ally. Tons of prophecies came true and he was famous. Here didn't he predict 5,000 years ahead of his death, or am I thinking of someone else? Livingston, man, it's an Ohio thing. I have the Magic Pro, works just fine. DJI has replaced 2 of my.
It's gone. It's gone. There it is.
They flew off into the sunset, always wondered where they crashed. I shall own all my shit. They can suck my left nut. Google gives more info than DJI, considering China has rewritten the Bible to make it like God. No one would consider it Christianity. Only in Ohio, the squirrels are always watching, and the toaster is listening. China can own our farms and fly balloons.
Oh my good Lord. Woo! I'm crying. I'm crying.
This is what they play at the war crimes trial.
Oh, fine job, Mr. Livingston, man. Livingston, that was fantastic. Frank Short says, Livingston, I whooped that guy's butt for you. I really mean it. The one that told you you could sing Just Joking Brothers sounds good to me.
Well, I never really read these lyrics before.
Yeah, it just kind of popped into his head there. The war
stream
crimes
of
drop.
consciousness.
Yeah, Jay Creature, they're I do most of my work standing up, so they don't get too much sunshine, those legs. Never get to sit down. True story. Well, folks, thanks for joining us tonight. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Got it.